Good morning. Could the party that is signed in as the Samsung SM A536U please identify yourself and just let me know your name and the entity that you're representing?
My name is Irene Reeves, and I'm representing Ready Exec Transportation Services LLC.
Okay, thank you. And do you have any exhibits that you are anticipating presenting today? Or any documents?
Um,
You don't have to,
I
I just
can
need to know if you
I
would
can
like to.
I can send any documentation to you that you need, but I'm just basically letting you guys know that we no longer exist. So we're kind of
Okay,
confused as
that's
so
okay.
we're
So for
kind of
my
confused why we're
purposes, so yeah,
yes,
no, you're good.
we put in our dissolution of our business on May 14th,
Okay, and so you're going
and
to
we've
tell all of
already
that to the judge. Just for my purposes, I just need to know if you need to present exhibits so we can get you set up. So hold on to that information for now. Let judge know when the time comes. I'm just going to change your name so we can see who's on the screen. Okay. And then you'll get further instructions soon.
Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order proceeding number 25C-0221-INS. I'm Kelly Rosenberg, the Administrative Law Judge assigned to this proceeding. This is the Commission's standing show cause insurance hearings set by notices and complaints to individual respondents. At this time, I'd like to take appearances starting with staff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Justin Larson with the Department of Law here on behalf of PUC staff. And with me, as always, is staff witness Marquita Riley.
Thank you. And I see we have an Irene Reeves. Ms. Reeves, did you plan on testifying on behalf of your entity?
Yes.
Okay. Ordinarily, parties have to need attorneys to represent them in these types of proceedings, but that isn't always the case. So I'd like to ask you a few questions just to make sure that you can represent your company. And are you an owner? What is the name of your entity?
Ready Exec Transportation Services, LLC. I am co-owner.
And are there 3 or fewer owners of your company?
There are 2 owners, myself and my husband.
Great. And you have authority to speak on behalf of the company, yes?
I do.
Okay, great. Well, then when we get to how this proceeding will work is staff goes first, and then when they've rested, I will call you. And at that point, your testimony will, I'm imagining, will just be you providing a narrative of the situation. And so when we get to that part, we'll go ahead and have you speak. But at this time, I just want to do a quick advisement to everyone, which is that I would like to inform or remind all participants that it is the Commission's practice to record and webcast legal proceedings, including this one. And if I mispronounce anyone's name, I mean no disrespect, just correct me and I'll do my best to get it right from then on out. And at this point, staff, you may go ahead and call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Staff calls Marquita Riley.
Thank you. Ms. Riley, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Please go ahead and proceed. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Riley. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Marquita Riley, Marquita Riley.
And who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
What is your job title with the commission?
I'm the program assistant for
Me or somebody else, but I just cut out there. I'm so sorry about that.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if my computer froze, but I didn't hear anything after the third question, I believe.
okay. Gotcha. I think this is my end. But can you hear me now? Is everyone good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So, what is your role in today's proceeding, Ms. Riley?
Yes, I review the commission records and coordinate with the commission staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Do the statutes and commission rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility with the PUC?
Yes,
And can you just tell us which statutes or rules require motor vehicles to file evidence of financial responsibility?
yes. Rule 6008 requires that motor carriers maintain and file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission.
What needs to be provided to the commission in order to make this showing of financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008, motor carriers must electronically file certain forms. An example will be Form E as evidence of financial responsibility.
And how long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Again, per Rule 6008 requires that each insurance company give the commission a 30-day advance written notice when insurance is being renewed or if it's being canceled.
What is the next step when the PUC receives a notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
I then use the commission's OpRights database to compile a list of motor carriers that we received advance written notice of cancellation.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Now, before I get into the specifics, can you just state whether the exhibits for today's hearing were provided to the respondents?
Yes, they were.
And can you just briefly summarize how that was done?
Yes, I created the list of the certificate of permit numbers from the list that we had. I then emailed that list and the email addresses over to the AG's office. The AG's office then pre-filed the exhibits, emailed out to the respondents, and they copied me on the email as well.
Thank you. Can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 1? Thank you. And can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of the respondents that the commission received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
Who prepared this list?
I did,
And how was it prepared?
with the commission's OpRights database.
When did staff prepare this list?
On May 23rd, 2025.
And can you describe where that date appears on exhibit 1?
Yes, it's on the bottom right corner.
Does the commission create a hearing cycle listing like the one we see in exhibit 1 as part of its regular course of business?
Yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain documents like exhibit 1 as part of its business record?
yes,
Your Honor, staff moves to admit exhibit 1.
Admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, based on this list that we see up here, what action did the commission take?
the commission then sent a letter to each respondent.
Thank you. Can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 2? Now, can you just scroll down really quickly so we can see the whole? Thank you. And so, Ms. Riley, this appears to be a series of documents. Can you describe what these are?
Yes, these are copies of the letters sent to respondents on today's updated list.
What does the information in the letters tell the respondents, just in summary?
The letter explains that all operations under its authority are suspended as of the date the insurance expires, unless proof of proper insurance is submitted to the commission. The letter also provides notice of today's hearing and advises the respondent that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be permanently revoked.
When did the commission send these letters?
On May 23rd, 2025.
Is it the commission's practice to create letters like these in the regular course of business?
Yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain letters like Exhibit 2 as part of its business record?
yes,
Your Honor, staff moves to admit exhibit number 2.
Admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
yes. Per Rule 6006 requires that motor carriers establish and maintain a designated agent.
Were these notice letters sent to the addresses of the designated agents on file with the commission?
Yes,
And how did the commission serve these letters?
through first class postal mail.
Thank you. Can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit number 3? Thank you. And can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the attachment that was sent along with the notice letters. The attachment contains information on how to participate in today's video conference hearing.
Thank you. And when was this attachment sent to the respondents?
On May 23rd, 2025.
Is it the commission's practice to include this attachment with the notification letters to the respondents when it holds an electronic hearing?
Yes,
And did the commission create this attachment in the regular course of its business?
yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain documents like Exhibit 3 in the regular course of business?
yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 3.
Admitted.
Thank you. And now let's talk about what's been pre-marked as hearing Exhibit 4. If we could please pull that up. Thank you. Can you please describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the certificate of service for the notice letters and the attachments sent to the respondents.
Did the commission create this certificate in the regular course of business?
Yes,
And is it the commission's practice to maintain certificates like this in the regular course of business?
yes,
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 4.
Admitted.
Thank you. And Ms. Riley, just looking at the certificate, some of the language says, quote, whose name and addresses appear below, end quote. And below that, it says, quote, see hearing cycle listing, end quote. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing we saw in Exhibit 1?
yes, that's correct.
And just to briefly turn back to hearing Exhibit 2, which is the notice letter, the letter informs respondents about what happens if it can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. So if the commission receives evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens?
Then we will not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
And did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes,
Can we please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 5? Thank you. And can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
yes, this is the updated hearing cycle listing. It contains the names of the respondents that the commission still have not received any updated current effective levels of financial responsibility.
Did staff create this list the same way as you described for hearing Exhibit number 1?
Yes,
And who created it?
I did
When was it created?
on June 9th, 2025.
And again, that's just the date at the bottom right there, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of business?
Yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain the updated hearing cycle listing as part of its business record?
yes,
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 5.
Admitted.
Ms. Riley, did staff send a letter to all of the motor carriers listed in hearing Exhibit number 5?
yes,
And do the addresses listed in hearing Exhibit 5 match the carrier's addresses in hearing Exhibit number 2?
yes.
When is the last time you checked to see if there was any change in the status of the carriers in Exhibit 5?
This morning, June 11th, 2025.
Are you aware of any pending applications, either for suspension or abandonment, affecting any common or contract carriers listed in this exhibit?
Yes, I do have one abandonment application that is pending. That is for Powderhorn Pacific LLC, doing business as Powderhorn Mountain Resort. PUC number is 55963.
And does staff recommend dismissing any carriers listed in hearing Exhibit number 5?
Yes, I do have a few for dismissal for today. Eagle Mountain Limousine Service, Inc., PUC number LL-01412. John's Towing Service, Inc., PUC number T-01450. JIG LLC, PUC number LL-03848. Slide Transportation, doing business as 303 Luxury Car Service, PUC number LL-02398. And Tammy Amy and Recovery and or Touchstone Transportation, PUC number T-05697. Insurance was updated for those respondents.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. And are you aware of any letters that were returned to the commission?
Yes, we did have 3 for Sherpa Transportation LLC, Cherry Creek TC LLC, and US Crossroad Limo LLC. There was no other address on file for us to remail those out.
And just to make sure you did verify that the addresses matched the ones that you had in the system?
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. So just a few more concluding questions. When does the decision made after this hearing become a final commission decision?
The recommended decision will become a final commission order decision 20 days after the administrative law judge issues the recommended decision if no exceptions are filed.
And what happens if a carrier provides proper proof of insurance before the decision becomes a final order?
Then the recommended decision will not be enforced against that respondent.
And what is staff's overall recommendation for today?
Staff recommends that the certificate of permit numbers listed on here in exhibit number 5 be revoked for lack of financial responsibility as required by law, except for the ones listed before, which were American Eagle Limousine Inc., John's Towing Service Inc., JIG LLC, 303 Luxury Car Service, and Tammy Amy Towing and Recovery and/or Touchstone Transportation.
And just one more, do you have any specific recommendations as to the abandonment application?
No, the abandonment application was filed after all the exhibits and where everything, the email, no, I'm sorry, after the letter was sent out, the company did file an abandonment application. It has not gone before the commission just yet. So we will still also ask for that one to be dismissed as well.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. I have nothing further, Your Honor. Staff rests.
Thank you. And Ms. Riley, I just had one question for you about the powder horn operator. You said you would like that one to be dismissed as well. Is that correct?
That is correct. They go before the commission within the next few weeks.
Okay. And that was the only question I had for you. Thank you for your time. Although, if you don't mind sticking around, it may be helpful when Ms. Reeves speaks to us next, possibly. So thank you. And Ms. Reeves, are you able to turn your camera on? Thank you.
Good morning.
And then, good morning.
Or
Good morning. Yeah, day, night, whatever. If you don't mind, can you raise your right hand and we will swear you in here? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Great, thank you. So at this time, why don't you go ahead and provide us a narrative? As I suggested, it's possible Ms. Riley might be able to provide some information to you depending on what it is you have to say. So go ahead.
Okay, so we actually dissolved our business as of April 29th. We sent our request for cancellation to our commercial insurance on that date. And then we moved forward with the dissolution of our limited liability company on May 14th. This is the documentation for that. We also completed our BOIR filing on May 14th as well. I called the PUC office on May 14th as well and asked if there was a fee associated with filing a permit cancellation, and I was told that there was not. And then I completed the form for the permit cancellation and emailed, I took a picture of the form and then emailed it to them because I couldn't create a PDF for it. They told me that that was acceptable. And then I emailed it over to their office on May 14th as well. So we're actually kind of confused as to why we're being called for this, really. The last run that we did was April 1st. So we haven't had anyone in our vehicles since then.
Okay, Ms. Riley, do you have any input here? I don't mean to put you on the spot in case you don't.
I'm actually looking that up and I'm not seeing that cancellation form in the system. I do apologize about the miscommunication, but I can email you, and then you could just email that form to me directly and I'll go on and cancel your permit, if that's okay. And then I'll just email you back to confirm that the permit has been canceled as well.
Okay, I sent it originally to the email address that was at the bottom of the form that I completed, but what is the email address that you would like me to send it to again?
I'll just email you directly
Okay,
from my email, and in that
Okay.
way, there's like no miscommunication or if there's misspelling or mistypos or anything like that. The
okay,
email address I have is rctsllc@gmail.
correct.
Okay, I will send that form. Um, and then, like I said, just respond directly back to that email, and I'll go on and get that permit canceled for you.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. And I'm sorry, you
And
can
do,
use
do you
that.
also need me, do you also need me to send you the form of dissolution that we completed as well, or?
Nope, just the picture that you have. If you still
Mhm.
have that picture,
I
that
do,
picture works just fine. Yep.
I do. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. And Ms. Reeves, did you have anything further?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Mhm.
All right, well, with that, I will take everything under advisement and I will issue a written decision. And at this time, we will adjourn the proceeding. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank
Thank
you, Your
you.
Honor.
Thank you.
Oh, we didn't get it.
Just thought they didn't get it.
Well, we didn't get it.
No, yeah, you're right. You didn't get it.